Jim Ryan, dear CEO of PlayStation, we don't want to be treated like second-class citizens. Horizon Zero Dawn has still not received 60 frames per second on PlayStation 5, while Gorilla has been patching it on the PC for 6 months. We haven't gotten 60 FPS on PS5. Now, Days Gone released on PC, the PC gamers got better graphics. We don't want our exclusive games to go day and date on PC. We don't want to be Xbox. We don't want to become like Xbox. We're treated like second-class citizens, and the PC gamers are getting the better deal out of it. There will be a huge riot, and I will get all old-school PlayStation gamers like me that own old PlayStations, and we will stop funding you. And let's see how the PC gamers are going to sustain you alone with their money. Only on PlayStation means everything. It's time you remember that, Jim. Jim Ryan, dear CEO of PlayStation, we don't want to be treated like second-class citizens. Horizon Zero Dawn has still not received 60 frames per second on PlayStation 5, while Gorilla has been patching it on the PC for 6 months. We haven't gotten 60 FPS on PS5. Now, Days Gone released on PC, the PC gamers got better graphics. We don't want our exclusive games to go day and date on PC. We don't want to be Xbox. We don't want to become like Xbox. We're treated like second-class citizens, and the PC gamers are getting the better deal out of it. There will be a huge riot, and I will get all old-school PlayStation gamers like me that own old PlayStations, and we will stop funding you. And let's see how the PC gamers are going to sustain you alone with their money. Only on PlayStation means everything. It's time you remember that, Jim.
Welcome to Di-RRec Gaming, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day. I got two of the finest in the building. Fire Boss, the boss of all bosses, and the first-time rookie phenom as well, Eli, the realest one. It's good to have y'all two here, man. Thank y'all for being a part of Di-RRec Gaming.
Yeah, thanks for having me once again. What's good? What's cracking, town folks? Hope y'all are ready for y'all a mighty fine Memorial Day tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hope y'all have a good weekend, man. I hope y'all have been having a good weekend as well. We're supposed to be getting some more storms here in Texas, but we'll be okay. Hopefully everybody in Texas will be okay. And we got a great show to do. There's been so much going on. And y'all know what the deal is. I'm gonna pass the mics over to these two gentlemen here, and but it's gonna get crazy. We got some. It's gonna get crazy because things are going crazy, and we're here today to try to decipher through all the craziness, try to get some understanding. It's just I don't even want to laugh right now, but I do. But I'm gonna keep it poised. But shout out to the chat room. Shout out to the chat room. Shout out to the mighty Xbox community. Y'all know what the business is, and we're just always good to have y'all here. And that's what it is, man. Not too long ago, I was able to help a friend get an Xbox Series X, man, and it was a good thing to just see him wild out, man. That he finally got his hands on one. To everybody out there that's been waiting forever and a day to get an Xbox Series X and got one, man. Much salute to y'all. And for those who are still waiting, man, be patient. Eventually, you'll get one too. And we can't wait to see or hear about you getting it and seeing the excitement as well. It's just a great time as always to be an Xbox fan. Here's the two mics, man. Here's the golden mics for you gentlemen. I got one question, man. I just got one question, y'all.
Come on.
Why is everybody sleeping on the 20th anniversary of Xbox, man? So that's my only question right now.
Well, I mean, Xbox hasn't really been hyping it up themselves, though. You know, can't really expect everybody else to get excited if Xbox hasn't really started. But we still got what, 5 months before Halo drops? What's this, the 5th month? So 6 months before it drops, everybody's assuming it's going to be on the anniversary. So I'm assuming around E3 they're going to start to get something cracking with that. But only the true blue Halo or true green Halo fans are, you know what I'm saying, ready to set the roof on fire. But you got Xbox has to do something too. You know, fans can't just carry the whole thing. Xbox has to let everybody know that Halo is back. You know, Craig's still running rampant in these streets. You know what I mean? Xbox is, you know, they joked about it at first, but they haven't really, you know, came with a different showing. You know, really, Halo fans are scared. You know, they don't know what to expect. They're hoping that it shows so that they can shut the ponies up so the Craig beams can stop. But I'm assuming that after E3, well, that's going to change.
I have to actually agree with you, man. I feel the same way. Something has to give. Eventually, something has to give. The true leadership of the Xbox community has to give, and I'm definite that they're gonna give in to what everybody expects. They're gonna showcase this new true generation of consoles that we have our hands on, and I'm not even doubting the fact that the pressure is on. The pressure to, you know, to deliver, unlike anything before, is upon them. And I just think that Microsoft is doing a super great job again, staying quiet, lurking in the shadows, letting nothing leak, so that when this show pops off, and oh, is it going to pop off? But when this show pops off, I think this is going to be the beginning of the hype for the 20th anniversary of Xbox, period. Fireballs, right. Take it away, fam.
It's funny. It's funny you said that legal because remember not so long ago that they used to always keep getting on the Xbox community talking about, oh, look at Xbox can't hold their water, oh, here they are firing off all their caps again, they ain't gonna have nothing left in the chamber,
right? But
you're not seeing that now, and now that now that you're not seeing it now all of a sudden you're getting them more than us. You know, going on about like, man, I wonder what Xbox is up to. Man, why won't they say something? Why won't they do something? It's like why y'all worrying about what's over here on this side of the fence? I mean, it's an old saying, man. It's an old saying. You can't sit there praying for rain and then when you get flooded, you know, you start cursing God out. Because when the flood hits, man, it's like, what's next? What are y'all gonna come out with us now? Come on now.
Right. It's like Jesus Illa said, man, on my legal post today. He's like, you know what? Microsoft do what they want to do because no matter what they do, people are gonna complain. So true.
Yeah, people gonna complain until Microsoft really like get Mike Tyson on him. You know what he told the reporter in the press conference? I'm gonna get you till you love me.
Right.
See, they don't want to like Microsoft. So they're gonna resist, at least publicly, as long as they can.
Right.
But Microsoft's holding the cards right now, and they know it. They don't have to lay everything on the table. You see, in the past they were secretive because they had to be. Now they know we want something. They don't want to hear. They know everybody wants to hear. Even the ponies. They act like they hate Microsoft. I think they love them deep down.
The thing is, they fighting it. That's all it is. It's resisting because you've been living a certain way for so long that you don't know any other way to live.
Right.
And the moment the stick is getting ready to get shoved into those bike tire spokes and flip you over, you don't know what to do.
It's getting thick out here, folks. It's getting thick out here. Yeah, man, I agree with both of y'all. It's like, I think it's that nervousness, you know, when people want something to hurry up and get it over with type of thing, they start talking about it, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like you said, it's like both of y'all said, the anticipation is killing them because look, before Microsoft used to be first, and we already know who that benefited. We know
Well,
the story of that situation. We
well, they still
understand.
figured out a way.
Right. We understood that chess move. We understood how
Well,
the rook went, how the bishop played, how the pawns were dealt. We got it. But as soon as Microsoft turned the corner, was like, nah, we're gonna go on a whole nother day. And when we bomb, we're gonna bomb without no interruption. We're not gonna bomb with nobody rushing us. We're gonna do our shows on our behalf as long as we want to. And you know, they brought the devs back on stage, talking to the devs. The devs started looking exciting again. People were thrilled to show off their games. And the feeling of being within the gaming community came back. This time, this time, for anybody who thinks Microsoft is going to drop the ball on the 20th anniversary of Xbox, you have lost your mind. And the only thing I can say now is you'll gain it when E3 comes. And we're just sitting back waiting for all those who are losing their minds now to gain it so we can start laughing. Because here's the thing about it all. Microsoft has been doing a lot for the gaming community other than reveals, people.
right.
They're selling off their Azure. They're building platforms. They're getting acquisitions done with. They're getting these devs, these new devs in here, acclimated. People are working on new games. And let's not forget, we got 5 new games, new
Oh,
IPs.
oh yeah.
5.
Hey, legal. One more thing, man. You know, just to add to that stack. Don't forget that out of the two, and heck, even Nintendo. So let's see, out of the three, Xbox is the only one that I've been seeing that's been pushing more of the initiative of getting more people involved in gaming, and that means people who are, you know, who have disabilities.
Yeah, but honestly, I mean, you can't expect that from the two Japanese companies. They don't have the reach that Microsoft has.
Yeah.
You know, but like he
Yeah,
said,
that's
Microsoft's doing so much for gaming. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
what I
that's
said,
yeah, it's understandable
but like what I was
because I
saying
mean,
earlier, like, go
yeah.
ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just going to add that because you know, to understand the Japanese, you would have to, you know, sit with them for a while, which you know I've have, you know, because I've been, you know, because I actually been over there when I was in the military,
Right,
and the way they think and approach things is a whole different animal compared to how we do on this side of the lake, you know, and that doesn't mean that they don't care about their disabled, because that's not true. But it's just that they don't see it the same way business wise. They don't see it the same way as say Microsoft does.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Where
They
it's
don't
like,
have the reach. They can't invest in the things that Microsoft is invested in and get little to no profit off of it. I mean, how many adaptive controllers are they really selling?
you
You know,
know,
and I see
shoot,
them like I look at it just to see if I
I've
can
been
buy it,
seeing
and I
regular
can't buy
gamers
it.
buying. I've been seeing regular
Really?
gamers so-called buy those, just you know, just to so-called, like, you know, do like little competitive setups and stuff.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, to me though, it's kind of like, why don't you just get an Elite?
No, I mean, it's $100 though. You know, you save $79.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Remember, a lot of them go out to these special need places too, and these hospitals too as well. You know, to help out kids that are going through some struggles, and they actually donate those, man. Like
Oh
people
yeah,
don't really get that Microsoft doesn't want for money. That money in Microsoft, look, man, that's not even a thought. Okay, when you're a trillion, when you're almost $2 trillion,
Yeah, I was about to say
there
almost
ain't
two.
nothing that, man. You're look,
the
money is
approach is
not even
bees to
your
honey.
money is not even your concern anymore, you know? And
The,
that's the reason why, you know, Microsoft doesn't have, like, the Xbox division isn't their sole what you call it, sense of urgency type division within the company. Xbox is their fun division. It's fun to them. It's
Yeah,
where they it's
that's
where
what a
they
lot of
can
people
get
been
into their
saying though.
minds and create things. They don't look at Xbox as a struggling division, like where they have to come in here. Oh, let's see what we can do to change the future 10 years from now. With by just from what we do with Xbox, and if Xbox doesn't succeed, we don't know where we're gonna go from there. That's the beauty of being a supporter of Microsoft. You know, when it comes to Xbox, you're secure now. We
Yeah, but
know that
legal.
they're not indestructible. Okay, we know that they didn't have their rough patches, but that's exactly what you want. Listen, y'all. Microsoft done went through their storm. They done went through their hurricane seasons, right? Nintendo has went through their storms, have went through their hurricane seasons. Sony never has. And to think that Sony never will, you lost your mind.
Oh,
That's
Sony
just the way
has.
businesses happen.
It's
Sony
amazing
has,
how
and they're about to
quickly
do it again.
it's amazing how quickly everybody forgets the early years of the PS3.
That's what I'm saying. Like Sony has, and they're about to do it again. And that's
Sony
what they're
has
trying.
a
That's what they're trying. That's what they're trying to finesse with this new chip situation. But what I was going to tell
Sony
you
has
earlier.
it.
Go ahead.
That's true. That's true. Yet Sony, what I mean, they literally didn't go through a hurricane. They weathered the storm. The hurricane, what they got with the PlayStation 3 was the force winds. They didn't get a direct impact. Microsoft got a direct impact. That red ring of death, that was a direct impact. Look, they're catching their very first direct impact ever with the PlayStation 5. Direct ever. You want to know what their problem is? COVID-19. That's their hurricane. On top of the fact that, their SOCs were messed up. On top of the fact that they didn't get their numbers out like they wanted to. They're behind. On top of the fact that they have to now admit that the console's a failure and that they got to do something about it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Sony
what I'm
never did
saying.
that. Sony never did that because they're too proud. They're too proud. And people get mad when we tell them these are the reasons why they're selling your games high. People want to make fun of Xbox, but Microsoft is not over here concerned with $70 games. They don't have to do it because they make money in other avenues with their gaming industry. They don't have to do that. They can make their gaming community available for more people. Now, what's their next option when Microsoft does that? Oh, they don't have exclusives. So what? Game Pass is selling, so that means people are saying, so what? But my only question is, so if that's your concern, then what happens when Xbox starts getting exclusive? See, that's what legal is waiting on. I'm ready to see what happens when Microsoft starts getting exclusives for Xbox. Now, we already saw a taint of their cries, right? What happened when the deal with Bethesda went through? They cried wolf. But yet, that's all they ever asked. That's all they ever made fun of Microsoft about. And what were they saying? Oh, Microsoft's got to be crazy to just let these games be exclusive on their platform. I want y'all to really let that sink in, because we're going into the mindsets of this community. It's never been about games with them. That's the narrative. It's never been about exclusives with them. That's their narrative. It's never been about console sales. That's their narrative. I'm about to let y'all know what's always been on the donkey's minds since the get-go. What's on the donkey's minds is Xbox being successful. It has nothing to do with anything else. They're not going to go buy an Xbox, start playing our exclusives just because Xbox gets exclusives. You see what happens when they think that Sony is making a bad decision? I just played it for y'all in the beginning. It's about their insecurities about their brand. Xbox poses a threat to that. Nintendo poses a threat to that. And when each one does great, they'll bash it. And then they'll take it right to their leaders and cry wolf. So because they don't get it, Sony has to make money. They're not making money off of them. Because why are you getting mad at Sony making moves when you don't support their services? You as a community has already been exposed. Y'all had PSN under 1 million subscribers. You wasn't even at 1 million, it was at 800,000. Then when you got exposed, you started to try to climb it up. And it's a shame because it's been over 10 years and y'all just got 3 million now. It's a shame. But yet you barking at Jim Ryan for putting Uncharted 4 on PC? You leave him with no choice. You can't have your cake and ice cream. That's not how businesses work. If you're not going to invest in the brand that you eat your hay for, they got to take risk for their own behalves because none of y'all have a multi-million-dollar business. None of y'all. You barely even go out and buy these $70 games. You hit them in the bargain bin, which isn't helping. So why y'all barking at Jim Ryan? He has to do what he has to do. Sean Layden is not here anymore. He's not holding y'all's hand. He's not going to Band-Aid for y'all. He's out. He Band-Aided enough for y'all. Y'all didn't prove his point. He believed
when y'all begged for him to come back, what did he do, Legal? He laughed, didn't he?
That's it. He laughed. And you want to know what's funny? He batted hard for them, and they let him down.
You hit him with the Ted DiBiase laugh.
Facts.
The $1 million man laugh.
Laughed at it. And here they are getting mad, threatening Sony as if because a few of them don't buy a game because it's going to PC. Oh, so I want y'all to know how stupid that sounds, right? How you going to attack us as fanboys, right? And y'all talking about we don't want Sony to succeed, right? I want y'all to catch on to this. Listen to me real closely. But it's not us making videos and directing them at Jim Ryan. None of us is doing that. So you guys are threatening the existence of PlayStation, not us. You guys is telling Jim Ryan that you're not going to go out here and buy these games. You're threatening your favorite platform, not us. Some of us will just make a meme and y'all lose y'all's minds. But when y'all make a meme, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay for y'all to make a meme, which memes are just funny. Nobody takes memes seriously, but y'all do. And we always thought y'all were weirdos. You know? We always was like, just something's not right. You know, because we'll look up here and see some of y'all's avatars and y'all posing as dudes. But we have to question now. I think some of y'all ain't dudes because it's too sweet. It's too emotional. And we as men know that men just don't act like that. Something about it smells fishy. Then a report comes out, says y'all are a bunch of females.
Oh, man.
So now we connecting the dots. And we're sitting back like, all these years we're scratching our heads. And we look and we see why they were so up on Ellie. We look back. Go back and look. Go back through the years. Start at 2013. You see Microsoft, not Microsoft, but well, you see Microsoft pushing for the cloud compute. But you see at the same time, Sony trying to what? Bring forth women into their industry of streaming all of a sudden. Women became a number one factor. Exactly. Why all of a sudden would this be an issue? Why all of a sudden would this be a concern? Because you just want everybody to be a part of it. No, that ain't how it works. They look at numbers. Sony always looks at numbers. They look at their fan base as numbers. They don't look at them as an individual audience. That's why you don't see Jim Ryan or any of them talking like you see Aaron Greenberg and them talk with us. They're down there on the streets with us, walking around with us, talking with us, laughing with us. You don't see Sony's headmen like that because they don't look at their audience like that. They're not even gamers over there. But yet they'll sit up here and get mad at businessmen, strong businessmen that are going to act like businessmen, not like gamers. Why you think this guy was anti-consumer? He was anti-crossplay consumer. He didn't care about that. He told y'all EA Plus ain't a thing. Oh, we don't. I mean, not EA Plus, but EA Play. Back before it was EA Play, it was EA Access. Y'all, oh, it wouldn't benefit y'all. He speaks for y'all's behalf. Where does he get that from? How does he know to talk for y'all? Did y'all tell him that? So y'all deserve everything you get because you pandered to them. You pandered to that 1080p. You getting it now. And now they juicing it up. You getting it in upscale. And now you got to defend that.
1080p makes you a better gamer.
Right. Because the very same thing you talked about, that's all y'all getting. Then you want to throw up, and I'm going to pass the mic to y'all because y'all got to explain to me this one. Then they want to throw up, where's our games at? Okay. Where's their games at? Start with the realist. Tell me where their games at.
I'm getting sick of that mess. Now they want to talk about 600 something plus days of no Xbox exclusives, but yet it's been what 600 and something days since any of the external SSD stuff has ever been working.
Where's those games at? Start at the beginning. Start at the beginning. Go back to November. What, the first weeks of November when the PlayStation 5 came out, because it came out a week before, right? Tell me where those games. Name those games. Name those games. Chat, name those games. Whoever names those games first, I'm posting it. And it's going to breathe for a while. Because we're going to get down to the bottom of this. And then wasn't it just the other day, they went nuts over a 15-minute PlayStation 4 reveal, right? With no release. With no release. And y'all expect not to get clowned. Y'all really
I try not to join in on this type of stuff, legal. But during that time, all right, you know how they had that little 6-hour thing going where they was like going between the scenes and stuff?
Right.
All right, in the chat, and by the way, everybody smash that like button. In the chat, who all saw when that what's it called, a Thunderbird came flying in, and it's like when the Thunderbird got to where that ruined robot's legs were, did you kind of notice some jank happening? And that wasn't me looking for stuff. That wasn't me looking for stuff. But that bird's AI, or his path of travel, as we call it in game development, that bird was looking like something out of the old PS2 days.
Yeah.
That Joker was bumping up against the arm and then kind of did like a little weird dive. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is this thing doing?
I mean, it is what it is, man. I listen. The game was impressive for PlayStation, but it wasn't impressive for me because what I saw, I've already been seeing from last gen through a mid-gen cycle. Okay, what I saw didn't matter to me at all anymore. Sorry, I've invested into what next gen is. That's why I invested in. So when I put a game in, right? When I buy a game, whether digital or physical, and I enable it on my Series X, guess what's the first thing that pops up on my screen? Update. Why you think I get an update? That update's to send me where? Next gen.
Right.
I don't think. What's up?
No, what I was about to say.
You ain't got those games yet, y'all. Chat, send me those games at the PlayStation 5.
Hey, look, I'll help them out, man. They came out with Demon Souls, 11 years old, and then they had a controller demo. And what else did they have? Spider-Man Miles Morales DLC. That's what they came with. And then since they came out with a Destruction All-Stars exclusive that nobody plays, and they got Ratchet coming. But about Horizon, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, the game was beautiful. These games are created by humans. I don't expect them to be perfect. They are not movies. They're video games. The same applied when Halo dropped. You know what I mean? I didn't entertain any of that. So now you got people, showing pop in on her clothes, the way the gun pops out of the stand. It's a
I'm
game.
serious. I'm serious.
Yup.
Old girl gained some X-Men mutant powers just now.
Facts.
Yeah, but I
Like
mean,
they just teleported.
it's a game though. It's
Got
a
it.
game. But for the Twitter, for what happens on Twitter, that's all entertainment, and that's what people are gonna do.
Right. Now
But the
see,
game, the,
elite right here. Look what he just said. The thing is this. Everybody gets sensitive when somebody criticizes a PlayStation game for
right.
what it is. It's the sensitivity factor is what the gaming community is getting tired of. And I'll be honest with you, more to what the Xbox community is getting tired of. Because you cannot erase 7 years of this nonsense. The one thing that we thought would never happen because for 7 years, this was their gasoline. The one thing nobody thought would happen was this generation that Sony would not live up to their hype. They didn't live up to the hype. So let's keep it real, keep it honest right there. They've already admitted it. It's not that people are dissing it. You can't diss it no more than what Sony has said about their own creation. Nobody's saying that the devs suck. Nobody's saying that this game is trash. I ain't heard nobody say nothing like that. The problem is people don't like the truth. People said this game, I don't even think anybody said this game looked bad. Because honestly, it doesn't look bad. But what I'm saying is, and what makes people mad and get sensitive is, the game didn't look next generational. That's all I'm saying.
You darn sure didn't.
I've seen grass. Let's don't sit like we ain't seen grass that look like that. I've seen water. Look, I'm talking about 2021. When you hit water, I should see splash effects. I should see something.
And legal think about also how some of them going on and on about how silky smooth her cornrows work.
That's what I'm talking about.
She's in the water.
Right.
Yeah. Look, real quick. What y'all gotta admit though is Sony guys don't really play games. They play photo mode.
Facts.
That's why photo mode. Ghost of Tsushima
was
the first thing that they talked about was photo mode. Oh my God, whatever that black and white was, the Japanese guys.
It's funny. He legal.
He's right.
And legal. It's funny he's saying that.
Go ahead. But that's what Sony, predicates, their games on. They have to look. They have to look good. They have to look good first.
Right.
And so they put Horizon out there. Horizon's got beautiful colors, vivid, bright colors. The eyes are naturally attracted to that.
Right.
So people say, "Oh my God, it's so beautiful! It's so beautiful." But it doesn't look that much different than Horizon 1, which was beautiful for the 1.8 T-flop machine that it was on. Because I played it on PS5.
Right.
I heard all the hype, and it's pretty. I don't play graphics. So I need to see something different from Horizon. They gave you a grappling hook and you can climb more things down, but it looks like more of the same. They're gonna put about 50 million robots on your path so they can drag the game out for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't look like it's much different than the first one. So it's gonna be a way for sale for me. But I don't have much to say about what I saw. It's nothing. I mean, it's a little bit of gameplay, and you got to see how pretty it is. It's a pretty game, but it looks like it's gonna be another boring game. They're gonna probably knock out about 5 million at retail, and then they're gonna drop it down, and then they're gonna be able to brag about 10 million sales that they got at $20.
Yeah, but the thing is, the engagement numbers are going to be looking mighty sorry.
Right. Now watch this, y'all. Watch this. I want to hit something real quick. Watch this. How many people? This is why Shizno Elite saying this stuff. And look, we got people in here who are strong, 10 toes down Xbox people, right? And we know the truth over feelings people, they don't get enough of their credit. We know this because we know the reality of how you gain herds of people. You don't gain herds of people by telling them the truth. You gain herds of people by tickling their emotions, saying the things that they want to hear. So we get it. Direct gaming and those just like direct gaming won't be the massive popularity heavyweight champions of the world. It's not going to happen. We're not here to tickle your emotions. All right? You go where your emotions get tickled.
No, I ain't.
We're not swaying. We're Xbox here. We're not swaying. And I speak for those like me, okay? But it doesn't mean that those like me can't be successful. You will soon find out for yourselves. All right? But the problem what I don't understand, okay, when High Busters came out, anybody that's playing High Busters, right, knows beautiful scenery. I personally haven't seen foliage or environmental aspects to look better than High Busters, and that was a DLC rivaling Tomb Raider: Rise of the Tomb. That game, being in that rainforest like it was, I haven't seen foliage like that as a whole complete game. So Horizon Zero Dawn didn't blow my mind away because I already understood it. You got a woman, you got a white, rare-haired, freckled tribal woman. Makes no sense there. Okay. Absolutely makes no sense right there. All right. You have a brother, a tribal brother. I mean a brother like up 2021 brother, tribal. Don't make no sense. Then you got a white guy, 2021, white guy, tribal. Don't make no sense. All right. The black dude, he's hurt. And yo, we ain't politically correct here, right? We talk like we talk every day. So the black dude, he's hurt. He needs a canister. We guess he's got super healing elixir medication serum in that canister that he was drinking, right? So he's sipping on that, right? He's whooped. He's beat up. All right. So you get Alloy dropping down. She's talking to him. She's like, you stay here. Now, look, before all y'all lose y'all's minds, I have no problem with women being video character lead protagonist characters in video games. I don't have no problems with that. Ain't where I'm going with that. So don't lose your mind. Then she goes up on the white dude, he's already been whooped, right? He's walking around tied up. They mocking him. They about to punk him. They scaring him and going on, right? And so she comes through after she hacks one of the dinosaurs, right? After she done took out some dinosaurs with wooden arrows. I just want y'all to see this corniness. This corniness, right? That's right, Mr. King, but we ain't going to talk about that yet. They don't like that. But she's taking out robotic dinosaurs. I want everybody to understand this. Robotic dinosaurs that move fast. These are raptors. These ain't dinosaurs that move slow, regardless if the frame rate's in 30 seconds. These are robotic dinosaurs, futuristic robotic dinosaurs, but yet she's got wooden arrows that could take them out. So she's taking them out. She's Commando and Rambo right now. She's knocking everything out, right? So she gets to where she's about to rescue this dude. She rescues him. This dude's all beat up. Then this big dinosaur mammoth she takes out. And when she rescues the dude, she
took it out after she got that gun through telekinesis, though.
Not one scratch on her face.
Nope.
Now watch this.
Hair still looking silky smooth.
Facts. If you go back and you look at what she did to beat it, y'all remember that big when he ran through the
wall?
The wall that was what you call it, like old
it was a ruined building side.
Right. Old ruins. She dodging all those rocks. Not one rock hits her. She comes out through all of that with not a scratch on her body. Dude.
Yeah, legal. She 1980s G.I. Joe versus Cobra that.
Facts. So that tells me, oh man, she can whoop all these bosses in this game without even blinking. The dudes are getting whooped up, but this woman is whooping everybody without a scratch. Come on, y'all. Like, that's my point. Like, so you see what's going on here. The emotional game, the emotional roller coaster, right? So you see what's happening today. when the memes come out, right? People making fun of Halo, right? This is putting up the memes. This is why you see this emotional ride. Certain people, we know who they are, all now emotional. They gun-ho because people, and they taking it too far. Nobody's a sexist. Nobody's making fun of women. Nobody's doing none of that. It's a video game character. But listen, keep the same energy. You guys are the master of memes for everybody. Anything anybody else do, you memeing it. Just take a little bit of your own medicine and get over yourselves. Y'all don't have the best games. Let me go back and show you this. You don't have games. That's what y'all trying to hurt us with. A remaster. A little Astrobot game where you got to blow on your controller. All-star destruction. We're not bringing up Spider-Man Miles Morales. We're not bringing that up. Then you talking about the Returnal that y'all ain't even beaten. Your console can't even play that game. And that's what y'all coming at us with? And then you wonder why we talk about y'all like we do. But we're the ones that always got to take it from y'all. We can't be sensitive like y'all. See, y'all are too sensitive. We don't invest in our feelings over here. We listen to what y'all got to say. We laugh about it. And then we come out with the better games every single time. And that's why y'all get mad. And you know deep down y'all want our games. You talked about Sunset Overdrive, but you want it.
They love it
One
now.
of y'all got that Insomniac first game. Y'all weren't even talking about a new IP. First thing that came in your mind, oh, we gonna get Sunset Overdrive. So if you get it, who cares? We've been played it. Game's been out. Who cares? And it ain't gonna make me mad if you play it. I hope you do. It's fun. See, the problem with y'all, you think that we think that y'all shouldn't play games just because it was on our platform or something. We don't think like that. We never have. We don't get mad because PC gamers can play our games as well. Because some of us have PCs. So it wouldn't make sense for us to be mad. That'd be hypocritical. You see what I'm saying? And we don't claim to have PCs to make Xbox look belittled. We don't do that. I don't need to buy an Xbox because I can buy a PC. Okay, so what are you saying now that the PlayStation games are going to PC? What's your narrative now?
Man, 9 out of 10 people say they don't even have a PC.
Facts.
That's like the get out of jail free card for everything. Like,
facts.
Oh, I got all consoles. I got a PC. Nah, man. you all pony until you get called out. I got a PC, so I don't care.
Facts. That's the get out of jail card, bro. Every single time, and it's not working. We see through all of that. We see through.
What kills me though is when they sit there, Eli, when they sit there talking about, oh, I got a PC, and I'm like, okay, cool. What's in that PC? And it'd be like, man, that's not even, dude. That's barely going to even run Roblox. What are you talking about?
Dude, they got laptops talking about they got a PC. You know what I mean? Like, and we ain't talking about MSI or Alienware. These guys got Hewlett Packard.
Man, you killed me right there, boy.
Got Dell's from like 2 years ago.
This will say E-machines. I'm done with you, really.
Yeah, E-machines, man.
I'm done with this dude. He went back on the fireballs.
Got that gateway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The one that's still in the old cow, the black and white cow box.
Yeah, with the cow
spots. Y'all wilding tonight, boy. Y'all.
Yeah, they got that gateway.
Right now,
like
when you see
like
what
this is a family computer. It's shared.
I wanted to go back. Right. I wanted to go back to now. Look, this is significant right here, everybody. Here's a guy in our future, way down in the tomorrow. He's in Monday. He's in Monday right now. He's from the down under. And look what this dude has to say. Look what Jeremy Merchant has to say. How come I haven't seen anyone carry on about the pop in Horizon Forbidden West like they did with Halo? Way across the world.
You're not. It's funny. People even brought that up. That even the media isn't even jumping on that, like how they jumped on a Halo.
Yo, I told y'all when the show first started, man, Microsoft is gonna have to make them love them. It's not popular to point out what's going on with PlayStation right now. So if they got pop in, They make it with chubby cheeks. Nobody's gonna address that. And
Right.
the reason why they're trying to make this a sexist issue, because if they can recruit all of the man haters and the, what do you call them, male feminists, then they have
Right.
more support. That's what Sony fans are notorious for. They gotta go call everybody on their twit list whenever they need help with an argument, and that's all that is. So they gotta make it a sexist thing. They don't want a fat. You know what I mean? She can't rock the midriff anymore.
You're right. You're right. That's all they get. That's all they're aiming for. They just aiming for something, and they start reaching out, looking at what Sony gonna say about this. Sony ain't finna say nothing about this, because what goes around comes around. You guys gotta understand how to catch a boomerang. But what's happening is y'all threw that boomerang that keeps coming around, hitting y'all upside y'all's heads, and y'all are getting mad at the wrong people. Get mad at yourself for not being able to catch a boomerang. That's what it's truly about. It's not about anybody else. We don't sit around all day waiting around to see what Sony's going to do. Sony said they initiated it. They went on Twitter and let y'all know, we're going to give y'all 14 minutes of Horizon Forbidden West. 14 minutes of that game.
And you're gonna wait 5 hours to see it.
Right. But they acted as if that was something they did it with Ratchet and Clank. They tried to sell the moving between boards, bro. That's their selling point for that game. And like the realist said, they needed you to see the colors. They needed you to, and they acting like the background, all that's going on in the background is something new in gaming. Bro, I guess they all didn't see Halo 5. Right off the bat, Halo 5, as soon as you come down off that cliff, you look up in the sky, and there's a war going on. A live, actual war going on. That ain't nothing new. Come on, like, you got to understand something. We've been doing this. This is why you can't expect Xbox fans to react the same way. But we don't say to them, why they're acting that way. Their oohs and ahs come later. And we understand that. They've always been behind with the oohs and ahs. But I'm here to tell y'all right now, they don't want to see this E3. And this ain't going to be a situation where, oh, it's 1080p, 900p differential. Oh, look at the Xbox people. Y'all have already lost that because you upscale 1080p right now. You're not even 4K. So you lost that gap. That's a significant gap. And the gaming media tries to downplay that significance. But yet, when you go out and buy a television, you're not trying to hear that. If somebody told you right now that in order to buy you a brand new TV, gaming TV, that it's going to be 1080p, upscale 4K, with HDMI 2.1, you're not buying it. You can stop that right now. So the fact that you wouldn't buy that TV, same reason why we're not hearing y'all right now trying to pander that 1080p 30 frames per second or 1080p 60 frames per second is okay, as long as the game look right. We were saying that last gen. So we were saying that last gen. Why are y'all repeating what we said? You caught your L. You've caught your L. And you ran out of narratives because you don't have the most powerful console. Your console can't perform right, can't play games right. You don't have no games.
You got developers even saying that. Like the situation with Biomutant. Like why they dogging on the Biomutant devs, man?
You know why?
You know why?
You know why? Because the game performs better on Series X. Another game that hurt them, Watch Dogs Legion, 4K 60. They're mad because now they don't even have the third parties to run to like they did last generation. You remember that when the whole deal was about their first parties being scarce? It's scarce. Oh, but we got the third party games that play better. You ain't even got that now. So you at your last little pebble in your little notebook bag. Your last pebble now is, well, we're the most popular console. Well, of course you are. You casuals. That doesn't faze us. Of course. I see more Toyota Camrys on the highway than I see Lamborghinis. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? You can't even say your console's next gen because you've yet to tell us what makes that console next gen. You failed to tell us. And we don't have the time or the patience to run down that huge list of what the PlayStation 5 is not bringing to the table. Not gonna do that again. So who y'all fooling? You're not fooling us. Why y'all over here trying to belittle us? We here. We've arrived. We're next gen. Where are y'all at? We here. We waiting on y'all. Y'all was the ones with the big mouths last generation. So where are y'all at?
They in Taiwan, man. They gotta wait for TSM.
Facts. Mad. Sending threats to Jim Ryan. Asking us where our games are at. I don't know. They like y'all's games. They're yet to release. But I'm going to tell y'all like I told them on Twitter. Bet y'all won't bet against me that Xbox going to have more exclusive this year than Sony. I've yet to have one to come and bet me on that.
Quality over quantity, man. Quality over quantity.
They ain't going to bet me on that.
That's a stupid bet.
That's a stupid bet. We get new IPs. New IPs that they know that they're going to have to continue on. This is no longer situations like Quantum Break, where you make a good game and people done killed it off, and Microsoft feels no need to make a sequel. Them days is over. This ain't Record. Nah, they're building franchises. Y'all need to read those articles like y'all say y'all do. Well, read them because Microsoft says we're in the business of making franchises now and rebooting the old ones just for nostalgia purposes. Not no remasters. You can't even get your remasters to do right. How's it hard to do a remaster at 4K 60? You're remastering it. You know what I'm saying? And we know y'all aren't happy, but you want to play it off like you are. Then you go, you can't hold it in, so then you go and attacking Jim Ryan in the forums and stuff. We see y'all. Y'all don't want to put it on Twitter or any real social media feed, so y'all go into them Sony forums and start crying. Y'all go in them stables and start crying. Well, listen, man, you can't demand gold services from Sony. When we've been telling y'all for years, Sony's customer service is garbage. Trash. Y'all panning that. So
there's a certain number one pony that's been that all of a sudden got flip flopped because of customer service.
Facts. Oh yeah, came out on YouTube because his ignorant self of having all those blind followers, and we were just looking at him like, look at this pathetic imbecile right now. Look at him. He's talking about Xbox and he don't even know what he's talking about.
And then try to do a little side shade.
PlayStation and don't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah, then he's gonna throw the little side shade, talking about like the moment Xbox get better exclusives, they want. I'll be going all in. I'm like, man, so how you gonna fix your mouth to talk about going all in, but then turn around and throw that little side shade? Man,
you done made videos after videos, right?
Like, get your old corny back hat.
Like you done messed in your diaper over Xbox, and now you gonna come like you got some sense. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like Realist says, it's all a game. All right. Folk with these YouTube channels that have built their empires off of ridiculing Xbox, all a game. See, they don't even know what to do now. They're trying to fool some more of their blinded followers to make them believe that, oh, I've been like this all this time. I've had sense. You know what I'm saying? I just refuse to talk like I've had sense. The only time they talk sense is when they get caught. When they get caught, they come out with these apology letters. And man, you're shocked because they actually sound like they actually know what they're talking about when they actually address with those apology letters. You're almost confused, like, dang, man, they know how to talk. You know, they know how to make sense. But y'all go ahead. Go ahead, elaborate.
Go ahead, Fireballs.
Oh shoot. I was waiting on you, man.
I mean,
So
look, the Sony guys, they're low hanging fruit. Like I really don't like to get on them too much. When I see something that halfway makes sense, then I can get in. But guys like the guy you're talking about, it's going to be a bunch of them in a few. You know what I mean? Give Microsoft some time so where they don't have anywhere else to go. It's now they say we have no games, so they have something to stand on. Even though the boy was almost in tears, or he looked like he was about to cry to me, he still had to say Microsoft had no games. So once that's taken away, and once they, I guess, score 80s on Metacritic, I mean, since that means something to them, then they don't have anywhere else to go. But right now with the Sony guys, I know I just sit back and laugh at them. I mean, I'm having fun on my Xbox, and I also see that they think just because Microsoft hasn't released anything, that makes what they have good. Like I ain't buy any of that crap. It's all trash. My standards are a little bit higher than theirs, and I don't want to play any more movie games either. They can keep that.
You know,
But
I'll be honest. He's right. You're listen. Movie games and I don't. I'll play them, but they're not what I run to. The reason why I
I
haven't
ain't paying
finished the
$70
medium
for it.
because it's a movie type game and it's slow. It's that 30 frames per second, right? That just I go to sleep on that game. It's not a bad game. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad game by the least. But those walk simulator type games, they don't impress me like that. And then on top of that, you solving puzzles and going on like that's too much. Like if you're gonna have me walking around, let me walk through it. Let me enjoy myself. That's one thing I liked about the Walking Dead series. It didn't kill it off with all these puzzles and stuff. Have you
Bro, I
sit
like
around?
that better than Last of Us.
Right. You know what
Actually,
I'm saying?
what's that Last of Us? When I got that on PS5, that got me to want to play Walking Dead. I actually like that better than Last of Us.
Right. The Walking Dead was long, but you walked through it. It wasn't like you struggled. You know what I'm saying? And you can get yourself through the game. You know, it wasn't that bad off. You know, but you know, like those type of games, and those are not rush games to me. Like you don't have to rush those type of games. Those are your chill kickback type of games when you're just chilling. You know, and so
Just like when
I
I want to watch a movie instead of kicking on Netflix, I'll play something like
facts.
that.
Facts. Because it's gonna drag the cinematic
I'll scratch
experience.
the same itch.
Right. It's gonna do that for you. And so you gotta be ready to play that type of game, you know, and sit in it and just go all the way through it. But those type of games are hard for me to just hold my interest like that when they're moving that slow. But you know, as you keep pushing through, you get through it and you can say you try games that are out of your comfort zone. You know, and that's one of the aspects about being a gamer. Step out of your comfort zone sometimes and try something because you never know, you may like it. You
Game
know, you may
Pass,
not, you
baby.
may like it, you may not, but at least you
Game,
tried,
that's
you
what
know?
Game Pass is for, man. A whole lot of games that I would never have tried with my money. I'm playing.
Facts.
Gears Tactics, that would have been a no.
Speak on it.
That would have been a no. Now I
And,
want to play other strategy games.
right. And
But
you know, you telling the truth because I'm a Gears nut, right? A Gears loco fanatic, right?
yeah, but there ain't no
But
turn
that
based.
game, that's another one. I strategic games like that, that's not my expertise, but I gotta get through it because it's not a bad game. I played it. It's not a bad game, and it's
It's
something
a great
different,
game.
right? That
It's a great
actually
game that
highlight
people that even Xbox guys are not even acknowledging when they say, "Oh, what did Xbox give you?"
facts.
Because it's not
Speak
most
on it.
people's cup of tea. Even I think that was, man. What's that? Man, he's been on Iron Lords. He's got a new strategy game, Iron something. But he said it. When we make it, we know it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's a niche genre.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's still a game that we have to play, whether you like it or not. Because I see
Right.
people caping up for Astrobot, and I ain't, I try to watch my baby play that crap.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's something that that's there,
Yeah.
and it's something that they can throw in their little exclusive arguments too. But
Right.
I mean, Game Pass,
But
man, it's something for everybody in there, and that's where a whole lot of this stuff that Sony is dropping, it belongs in a service just like Game Pass.
I agree. And that's what
You
makes
go.
Game Pass special. Go ahead, Fabos.
No, I was just saying because as we're talking about this, you know, as much as they want to resist and fight it, it's inevitable. Sony is going to copy Game Pass.
Right.
They can't.
They already trying, but the thing is, think about it, Eli. There's only but so long they can milk the current model. The current model is still based off of all the way back in the 90s. That's
Yeah, but
not that's not viable anymore.
why you think they just not coming out saying they want to do more multiplayer games? You can't sustain a service dropping one game every other year that like
Well,
Sony
y'all
does with these
spitting
movie
jewels,
games.
man. Y'all are spitting
You can't.
jewels. Keep going.
So they're gonna have to restructure everything that they do. They're gonna have
They're
to go
gonna have
buy
to
some more
change. They're
studios. They're gonna have to buy
gonna have to
studios that
change
do
everything.
something different. You can't
They're gonna,
sustain a service with what they have. Microsoft has the money to buy something to fill in gaps, and they got 35 teams working on games. Sony's got 14 but you only know 5. And the rest of
yep.
that crap is going to be Destruction All Stars that nobody cares about. I'm not going to subscribe for a year to play games like Destruction All Stars. They got to show me something different. But they can't copy Microsoft unless Microsoft's going to give them some little money on the side or they join up with Tencent. That stuff costs money that Sony don't have.
And see, and that's about all. That's about all Sony will be able to do. Is just like they've been doing now. Whereas Microsoft is doing flat out acquisitions because they see the growth and how they can grow it even more. Whereas what's Sony doing? They're doing like more or less rentals. They're doing like partial ownerships, partnerships. Oh, let's get in with Tencent and this other company that nobody's ever heard of, and get a little stake in this oh god, what was it? What was that thing that was on that
You talking about the
was
Evo? Talking about the Evo?
No, it wasn't Evo. It was something else. It was something else. Some sort of technology company in China. And they went in with Tencent and some other company to buy a controlling stake in it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why are you, it's like, okay, everybody talks big about Sony doing this, making all these big moves,
but the moves are major.
Right. And they're not doing it on themselves. A big boy move is when you walk up to the counter and you order your own value meal. But when you got to come in, you got to hold
menu, man.
Yeah, you got to hold your Uncle Russell's hand, like, Uncle Russell, order me that. You're like, that's not a big boy move.
I don't knock Sony, man. It's the fans putting this kind of pressure on them.
The what is it called? I know what you're talking about. It's that weird name. Billy, something like that. Billy, something like that, man. It's that online. It's that online thing in China.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Right.
It's a cloud service.
Say that again.
It's some sort. I believe it was some sort of a cloud service.
Say that one more time.
Oh, cloud service.
There you go.
And see, the thing is, like, remember me poking you, Legal, when I saw that, when I was telling you that. All right, now I know a lot of y'all don't want to agree with me or believe me, and might start striking your matches for your torches to come after me. But a lot of these moves that they're doing, it's like as unbeneficial as we may see it, unlogical as we may think it. I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to make moves to try to distance themselves away from Microsoft. They don't want to be
as far as using Azure.
Yeah, they don't want to be.
Right. It's not exactly. They don't
want to be beholden to that. They don't want to have to keep.
They don't.
It's still that stubborn Japanese pride. It's still there.
What I mean,
that's the real reason they don't want crossplay.
That situation with the Azure it's not like it's like all of it is not about the video game situation. You remember, it was about Sony was having issues with their services during the nighttime. Remember? And they needed some stability throughout the night. That's why they got with the Azure cloud. The Azure is that powerful to stabilize their infrastructure. Remember, they were having issues with the servers at night. During the daytime, nothing would go on. But during the nighttime, they couldn't get stuff to be stabilized over there. So they had to partner with Microsoft Azure Cloud to run whatever server was faulty. They're running it on there during the night. And I guess it just, I don't know. We don't know everything, but I'm assuming that Sony is, of course, looking for other avenues to get off the Azure at some point. I don't think it's a, like Fireboss is saying, I don't think it's a forever situation. I just think it's a partnership that was needed at the time. They're going to be, or they still
it's not even real yet, though. It's just the MOU.
Huh?
I mean, but it's just the MOU, but it's not real yet. I think they're gonna try to find somebody else that
right.
the partnership. Like right now,
yeah,
it's an MOU. So like that means that there's an agreement, but it's what's the word, man? God.
No, I know what you're talking about. It's not
firm. It's not firm. Yeah, it's not firm.
Like it's not a solidified conglomerate situation. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure
that's Microsoft why you're not hearing nothing else about it. Exactly. That's why
but I'm sure Microsoft probably lowballed AWS and everybody else, and so now they're trying to partner up with Tencent. I mean, they're already in bed with Tencent and Epic.
Facts. And you know what, really, you make sense. We're not saying that we know everything, people. That ain't what we're saying. We're not saying that this is what could be. We're not saying that this is happening. We're just saying this could be happening. But the thing that, when you think about it, Azure can be rented. That's another thing that I want people to understand. The Azure cloud can be rented out. You don't have to pay for it to own it and to keep a service. It's just like anything else, right? You got something that you can contract to. You got services that you can contract to. You got services that don't penalize you if you don't pay for it next month. I'm just being honest. Microsoft making a killing with this Azure because they can free float it. They can free float it. And this Billy thing, this Bill I thing, from what I'm reading, it's more of a service to the domestic stronghold in animation and mobile games. And this is why you hear Jim Ryan saying that in the future, PlayStation games will be going to mobile devices. It won't be long before, if you want to try a PlayStation game out, you ain't got to go buy a PlayStation console. So who are they following? Who are they following?
The leader.
That's right. That's right.
No,
you think the world?
They need to be more
do y'all think the world is actually moving forward based off of a $45 billion company? 45 billion. 45 billion. That's it. We're not even talking 100 billion. Sony ain't even $100 billion company as a whole. As a whole, come on, y'all. Like, what is it? Sony is like half of that. Like, look, 26 billion of that is Sony's PlayStation brand.
I think it's 100.
No, it's not 400. It's not $450 billion. No,
you're talking about the value of the company.
I'm talking about the whole worth of Sony.
Yeah. It's over 100. It's like 108.
125. But I'm talking about the worth of it is 125, right? But the PlayStation aspect of it isn't.
Everything. Without PlayStation, it's nothing.
And if PlayStation is the bulk, when you take down the graph, right? When you think about it as a whole, right? And I think even that failed because you was right. At one point, I believe it was 125 at one point, but I think that slid down, y'all. Let me look.
Oh, it's possible. I mean, they were buying back shares about 2 weeks ago.
Facts, because it's slid down tremendously. I'll tell you, I don't even think it's 100 billion. Look, let me look this up. All right, look right here. Net worth and earnings of Sony in 2021. So that's right now in this year. As of 2021, Sony has garnished a net worth of 95 billion.
Okay.
Also, the company's net income in 2009 was 5.4 billion, which was not that bad. While the company's presence can be felt in multiple sectors, it is in the company's gaming and network services that bring Sony the highest earnings. So there you go. So Sony is basically reliant
PlayStation.
on the PlayStation brand. So this is why people don't understand that moves have to be made more than ever with Sony, or errors are on their way. And if they don't make a move that's going to count, massive errors are going to start happening. And whether you like it or not, the best thing for y'all to do as Sony fans is stop crying to Jim Ryan, get out there in your pockets, and start supporting your like y'all like to say,
Nah,
your
man.
preferred brand.
Nah, don't worry about that, man. All they gotta do is boot up those high-end PCs. Those high-end
Like,
PCs that they
do
like
that
to throw
too.
in every
Them,
argument.
them,
But here's the
what you
funny
talking about?
part.
Them ebooks?
Right.
Them,
Yeah.
them ebooks that they haven't returned back to the schools yet?
Hey, boys got a fire tablet with
Y'all
a
wrong.
keyboard.
No, but y'all know what though? Y'all know what's crazy, man? Is that even though Realist said that, right? Go buy your, and I know why he's saying it. I know why you saying what you're saying, boss, because it's hilarious, right? But even when they buy PCs and put those together, they're not even supporting Sony. But notice what Microsoft has done, right? For gaming, right? For gaming. This is a mark of quality, ensures stellar future-proof feature support for next generational games, right? When gamers purchase PC graphics hardware with the DX12 Ultimate logo or an Xbox Series X, notice it says if gamers purchase one or the other. See, the word "or" is the key word in this. That means you have an option. You can go that way or that way. But regardless of which way you go, Xbox gets supported when it's this. When gamers purchase PC graphics hardware with the DX12 Ultimate logo or an Xbox Series X, they can do so with the confidence that their hardware is guaranteed to support some, no, none, no, a little bit, no, many, no. It says their hardware is guaranteed to support all next generation graphics hardware features with an S, including
RDNA 3.
DirectX ray tracing, variable rate shading, mesh shaders, and sampler feedback, which PlayStation does not have any of those. Reads a Microsoft blog post from principal dev lead Sean Hargreaves. This mark of quality ensures stellar, future-proof feature support for next generational games. That's what the donkey community is upset about. And you remember in the beginning, y'all, when the articles were pushing next generation, I said back in my previous shows, why are they trying to always include PlayStation 5 in this next generational space when it doesn't belong there? Why are they including it? Because in their hearts, they wanted it to be so. Why do you think now you don't hear it in the space now? They just don't talk about it. Notice, because it can't live up. How are you going to say these things when none of those things belong to it? Notice the things that I said. DX12 Ultimate, that belongs to Microsoft. Xbox Series X, Microsoft. DirectX ray tracing, Microsoft. Microsoft. So that's 1, 2, 3. 3 things that I read right there that are guaranteed Microsoft entities. And where are they being used for? PCs that have the DirectX Ultimate logo on them with their cards, or an Xbox Series X. That's the only options you have. Not that Xbox Series X isn't next generational. It's saying to those degree, to the highest standpoint of next generation is the Series X or the PCs that are supporting that logo. But it's got to be of a DirectX Ultimate logo, boss. If it doesn't have that logo on it, they're not even in our league. You got to have one or the other. And it's those truths, boss, that makes them mad. They want somebody to lie for them. This is why they want their games. They want something close to 4K so they can say, well, it still looks pretty. Nah, all that it still looks pretty, that's last gen talk. We was saying that. You can't say what we say now.
That's what you call settling.
Yes.
And then they used to always get on us about that. Oh, y'all need to push Phil. Y'all need to push Aaron. Y'all need to stop settling. But look at what they doing. Nah. Y'all settling for hardware that is already dated out the gate. This, I mean, it's like make no mistake. Santa Monica, Guerrilla Games, and especially Naughty Dog, they're gonna push the hell out of that hardware. But you best believe that fan is gonna be that they're gonna be murdering that system.
Man, that thing gonna take off.
Right.
It ain't gonna take off. That thing gonna burn up.
But gonna take off and shoot a hole in the wall.
Right. And that's the problem. That's
what they want. They haven't even adjusted the fan yet because they don't want to have to pay for people's walls.
That's right. They don't.
Man, they settle for a whole lot, man. We settle for an SSD that don't work. Selling for a system that we're scared to put to sleep. Selling for a whole lot of stuff, man. But they gave us games. They gave us games. They gave us games on PS4 though.
Right. And that's not cool though, man. It's like not. You can't be around 24/7, so you're gonna have to go to work. You're gonna have to go. If you're in college, you're gonna have to go to school. You can't watch that thing all day. It's gonna go to sleep or go off.
It's gonna kick you off.
That's true. Keep going, y'all. You're right. No, that's the problem with it, right? It can only go so far, and that's the thing that they're so mad about because they know that this thing can't do. They know that it can't do what they want it to do. They know this. They know this.
Serious. The PlayStation 5 is basically like Ben Grimm the Thing. He's got an upper limit to his strength, but Series X and even the S is like the Hulk and the She-Hulk. Upper limits are not known.
Right. No,
they have yet to have seen the upper limits.
No, keep talking. Go ahead.
So they talk. So all that all that talk and all that all the jib jabs and everything about you bots waiting for tools. Okay, all right, keep joking around because when the tools do come, we don't want to hear.
You don't want them here. That's right.
You don't want to hear it.
Keep joking. You ain't gonna want them here. You ain't gonna want those tools to pop up.
Just like the E3. Just like the E3.
Them people, man. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, just like the E3. They don't want this E3
to show up. Yep.
Because you don't want to see you don't want to see the butt cutting that's coming.
Facts. They don't. It's like they're doing that to get their feelings prepared. They it's not gonna be. No, I'm here to tell y'all, it's not gonna be what y'all want. I'm letting y'all know right now, it's not gonna be what y'all want.
There ain't enough preparation for them.
Right. You're right.
It's first night in the cell. It's first night in the cell block. You ain't prepared.
That's right.
You can never be ready.
You can never be ready for that. So true. Go ahead, Elite. I mean, go ahead, Realist.
Oh, no,
you were saying something. Go ahead, because what you was about to say, I know it was true. I ain't even gonna doubt it.
What? Because I mean, I said what I needed to say about all the things that they're selling for.
Right.
I as well. Because I got roped in by all of the weirdos in every Xbox podcast. PlayStation is this and PlayStation is that. So I said, okay, let me give me one of these PlayStation 5s. Play this greatness that all these flip-floppers were talking about while they left Xbox.
Yeah, how long that lasted?
About 2 months. And that's everything. I played like I'm into everything except for paying $70 but for garbage games. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying $70 for Returnal. That's gonna be a $20 wait for sale for me. But like all the other stuff, I mean, they're not bad games. They one and done, but I'm done. And so here I am with my Xboxes. My baby's got an Xbox, and he said, "I'm running out of space already, Daddy. He only got 5. He got the S. He only got like 5 games on there. I'm running out of space.
Right.
I give him a hard drive, and he can't figure out why. What is that dang on game? Valhalla won't play. It's because it's on the hard drive. You got to move it over. All right, so I got to get him an SSD. You know what I'm
Oh, okay.
saying?
So right, but you can get them the normal ones too because they'll perform.
Oh, he got an SSD. That's a non. It doesn't matter. He got an SSD.
Right.
It doesn't
You
matter.
did them
So
right. You did them right.
yeah, yeah. So but the thing is, the boy don't know what he got. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had to show. I said, hey man, you see how fast that loaded, man? Yeah, I see how fast it loaded. But no, I mean, like I said, once you go from the X and try to play the PlayStation, you see the little subtle changes. They try to act like the game switcher is equivalent to Quick Resume. Bull crap. They try to act like the being able to move your games around is equivalent to having an onboard SSD. That's not true.
There you
You know what I
go.
mean? They act like blowing in controllers is great too. So they'll be in denial. They'll be in denial until we put pressure on them. Till there's nowhere for them to turn. They'll be in denial about everything.
I'm serious. I mean,
Right.
that's a shame.
And
That's a
so
shame too. Capping
that,
for basically Nintendo scraps.
yeah,
Because blowing in controllers and all that was Nintendo's thing, man.
Nintendo
Nintendo
and
don't.
haptics.
okay,
They,
real quick.
Nintendo don't even
These
do
dudes,
that.
hold on, real quick.
Y'all
These
just
dudes
made a
don't
good
even.
point.
Hold up. These dudes don't even know that the same company makes the internals for the Joy Cons as the DualSense.
Fact.
Sony don't own that technology.
Mm-hmm.
Fact.
They
Xbox owns their Rebel Tech.
Fact.
Xbox has clutch controllers on the way. So everything that
mm-hmm.
PlayStation got right now is not new.
Man.
It's just that they chose to implement it differently than Nintendo did.
And the thing about it is, it's all about misdirection. That's all. Oh well,
Smoke and mirrors.
that's right. Okay, this game might not be able to pull a 1440 or 4K, so maybe we can hit them with the 1080, and get out not very stable, but at least close to 60 with some ray tracing.
I hate to cut you off, bro. But
No,
they gotta support 1080. That's another example of their poor engineering because they don't support 1440.
Yo, boss.
They don't support 1440, so they gotta go with 1080.
Look what happens when you let one go wild, boy. The Eli, the realest boy, they didn't want to hear you coming today, baby.
No, man, hey man, look, I just try to pick my spots to get in there, man.
Fact.
I like listening to you. You found me in your chat.
It.
So I like
listening to you in the chat, bro. I know what you
so I find my spots and I throw in what I can throw in. I didn't want to cut you off, bro, but they ain't got no choice but to support 1080 or upscale 4K.
Oh no, I'm with you, man. I'm with you because that's probably about all they can do. But yet they want to joke around and talk about the resolution on the medium and stuff when they ignore the fact that the medium is running two different iterations of the same game on screen. Of course, it's going to lower the doggone resolutions.
Okay, right there, y'all made two great. Okay, the points were excellent, flawless victories on y'all points. The thing that they try to get us about medium, they're talking from an aspect they don't even understand, right? And the situation that's going on with PlayStation is old. Like they don't realize, and I like when you talked about the patent creativity from Nintendo. Look, they're even behind when it comes to Nintendo. Like, can you imagine the Nintendo fans that were listening to them talk? And they were probably just cracking up like, look at these dudes, man. We been had this. We been had this. Like, they don't understand that Sony be late on their stuff. Now, it doesn't mean that Sony doesn't make good things every now and then. Like the share button is incredible. I say that. I always said it. The share button is incredible, and I believe that we need something like that. We had it, but it's gotten taken away. It came in a different form. But we need to get something like that back. And we're going to talk about something that has a great possibility for our future, but we're going to get to that in a minute. But going back to what y'all said, y'all, you're right. The medium, it took on the same old aspect of what PlayStation is going, right? That latency. So if you push them more for the frame rate, that's going to naturally bring down the quality of your visual. That's the old law. That's just the way it is. So what you do is you build something powerful to sustain that, to equalize that situation. That's why when I would tell people, what do you want? Frame rates or visuals, right? That's the old talk. People say, well, I like frame rate over visuals. Well, I like frame rate. Well, yeah, you PlayStation fans will say that right now, right? But listen to
No
what
choice.
the Xbox players will say. Why not both? Give me visuals and performance. See, we got a leader that says, you know what? We're going to give our community both. Because Phil Spencer was tired of the latency issue. When we try to push our games, we try to put these games to greatness, we always ran into latency issues. He said, next gen, that's going to be enough. We're going to put the twins in there. The CPU and the GPU will be the same. We're not going to get a CPU from this spot and get a GPU from this spot. No. Both of them are RDNA 2.0 architect.
Power PC dead. The Power PC approach is dead.
Facts. Exactly.
Even Apple ain't doing that no more.
That old talk died when the Series X popped out. And look, you got PCs that still struggle with that. You got PC people that still have to customize. But you know how the PC community did it? They didn't go and create a new PC. They would just go buy a high scalar graphic card, a more powerful graphic card to offset the latency. That's how they kept going throughout the years. And we're sitting up here, we bought one console and it's stabilized. Because you know how much it costs to stabilize a PC? You're talking about $3,000. Just to do what we doing? Really? So what's that tell y'all? See, I want y'all to look between get in the scope and really find the fine print in this. If the PC community has to put out that much money to deliver that stable a performance for a PC, that automatically tells you that the Xbox Series X is a big deal because it's already together. It's not offset. The chip,
heck, the S is a big deal, just as well.
Deal. It's a big deal. No real PC gamer is gonna diss the Xbox Series X. Not no real one, because that's exactly what they want in their PC. They want to be equalized. I've yet to see anybody on Twitter who claims that they got this bad in PC, right? The claimers, we call them the claimers, that showing us that their chip and their GPU matches equally. That ain't what they do. They upgrade throughout the years. And they don't upgrade a brand new PC. They upgrade the graphic card. That's what they do. There's an article just out, man. You can read this stuff. All you gotta do is type in what does PC do that the Series X don't or something. Type some stuff in like that and read these articles, man. They'll tell you that the PC only beats the Series X because it's able to customize, but you're gonna have to upgrade. Anybody that comes in and tells you that PC is better, no, it's not. It's not just any PC is better than the Series X. You have to build it to be better. And
you won't do it for $500.
You're damn sure not gonna buy no $499 PC, and it's doing what this thing is doing. Yeah, I heard somebody say, "Well, yeah, it's got quick resume." It ain't quick resuming 5 games at a time, and it damn sure ain't quick resuming 12 games at a time.
Hey, stop doing that. Real quick, yours only does 5.
Right.
It depends on the games. That's basically what it comes down to.
Right. If the 5.
When it runs out of space or whatever. Because man, I had like 8 the other day.
Yeah, but the thing is like a lot of the updates. Yeah, a lot of the updates that are on the way coming and stuff like that, especially in the early access program and stuff like that. They're making like a lot of improvements to that stuff. And it's scary. I mean,
right.
the speed that they're moving at.
Right. The only way that the PC community can totally have what we have, because you got to understand the big deal was with AMD. So the only way they can do this is, like I read before, when gamers purchase a PC graphics hardware with DX12 Ultimate logo on it or Series X. That's it. Don't let nobody else fool you.
Yeah, because a lot of that stuff is they stated it.
Right.
It's what, yeah.
The only way they're gonna totally have what we have in our console is they have to pay into the DX12 Ultimate logo. They're gonna have to.
Yeah, because a lot of that stuff is very, very dependent on, guess what? Velocity architecture.
That's right.
And direct storage, especially direct storage.
Have we ever seen that on anything yet?
Nope.
No, direct storage is going to start being available. Well, actually, I think they already started making it available to like the more newer video cards.
I'm talking about Velocity.
No, none of that has yet.
Oh, no. Velocity. Well, Velocity actually, if I'm not mistaken, let me back up a bit. Velocity itself, I believe, is going to be exclusive to the Series X and S. But to make up for it, for the PC side, direct storage is the component that's going to trickle over into the PC space.
Look, do y'all realize and we slept on this, right? We don't even think about this no more. What was it called? A smart delivery?
Right.
Look at smart delivery. What is smart delivery? Let me tell y'all what that is. It's me buying another graphics card.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, yo, did you see that picture I posted up? Did you see that picture I posted up of with Dead Light 2? Dying Light 2?
Facts.
You had one PC Dying Light copy, one Xbox Dying Light copy, and 2 PlayStation Dying Light copies.
There you go. Because when we got smart delivery, like I said, when we get those games, and if they're not, made straight for the, all right, let me explain this. I want to be very clear with this. There's still games, and this goes back to you, the realist. When you ask boss, have we been shown these things yet? And he said velocity architecture. Now I want to bring this up to light. Remember that the dev kits were still being sent out in November. All right. Remember that Xbox was late with a purpose. The purpose was to be late because what people don't really understand is one is not moving without the other. AMD is not moving without Microsoft, and Microsoft's not moving with AMD. What did I just read? I'm gonna keep beating this across people's heads. When gamers purchase PC graphics hardware with the DX12 Ultimate logo on it or a Series X, those two things are moving in unison at a time. They're not going to get too far ahead of each other. Okay? So the point was when one moves up, the next, all right, catch up. All right? When one moves up, okay, the next, catch up. That's what's going on. The reason why the PlayStation fans don't get it, and they be like, oh, look, well, the devs are saying it's easy to make games on it. That's because the devs aren't doing what's required to be next generational. They're doing what they've already been doing on the PlayStation console, giving you remasters, giving you cross-gen PlayStation 4 games, and doing what with them? Upscaling.
It's nothing but the PlayStation 4 Pro SDK with some extra bells and whistles.
Bottom line, that's what it is. We were doing that. It's almost to the point where we're about to say the PlayStation 5 is already your mid-gen consoles. It's already your mid-gen console because it just went up 0.5. Your R&D&A is not even 2.0. Why? Because your CPU isn't. Your GPU is. So you're only a 0.5. That's why I said they're really a 1.3, but I'll give them a 1.5 just in case they try to tweak it. But that's as high as you go. But people don't understand. The Series X, it's not just 2.0. It starts out at 2.0. Remember what I said? This thing is future-proof ready. you're going to see some things that you ain't never seen before. Look at my man T Reaper. They've been laughing at T Reaper for years. This is what he says, so I'm going to repeat what this man said. They've been laughing at him for years. Smart delivery velocity architecture is powered by the beautiful cloud power of the consumer's home run speed. You went over their heads, Reaper. Series models are powered by velocity architecture, which is powered by one's home cloud. That's it. This is why Microsoft said eventually we won't even stress about your area, because the Xboxes alone we put into the Azure Blades, which will in turn create them to be servers. We'll run the systems, we'll run the software through every Xbox in the world, detailing each spot. You see what I'm saying? Detailing each spot. This is what's going to be so great. When all this stuff gets finalized, everybody's going to try to do what Microsoft is doing at the end of the day.
No, they're not. They're going to buy what Microsoft has. They're going to rent some space.
Well, look here. They won't have to buy it.
They'll get to rent it.
Have to, but they'll substitute. And that's what Sony's going to do. They're going to substitute. They're going to go.
They'll substitute as long as they can.
Right. This is why when you said they were going with, or who was that? Fireboss? When he said they're going with the Billy thing, that's their way of substituting. And what are they doing? What are they doing, realists? They're going by way of what? Animation and cell phones or mobile devices. Why are they doing that? Because they know what we've been knowing, that mobile devices is what? Heavy over there. And in order to reach what? Now they finally said it. But you remember Microsoft said that in the jump. Their E3 of the Series X. What did they say? And it was the premier version of it, not the actual E3, because actually the Series X landed on the Game Show Awards. So that previous E3, what was shown to us? They were breaking it down. They were saying this real-time hardware ray tracing. They said what? That they're going to be talking about using the Azure cloud. And then what did they say? Our goal is to reach what? 2 billion gamers by what? Being able to play on whatever device they wanted. Didn't Microsoft say that?
That's right.
What did the PlayStation community do? They ridiculed that. I don't know why Microsoft think they can reach 2 billion when they can't even sell 100 million consoles. We would tell them you don't need to.
That shows. See, the thing is, their community. That shows what level they on, because here it is. You got the Sony executives sitting there stroking their cheeks like, this might be something we might have to consider.
Right, because what's being said now?
They like money. They love money.
Now?
That's what I was about to say, though, man. They only think it's big as Sony tells them to think. See, if Sony was into that, they would know about it. But as long as Sony acts like it's like Apple customers. Like they act like nothing else exists. Because Apple acts like nothing else exists.
Exactly.
Like right.
It doesn't exist until Sony says it's okay. But they laughed like Microsoft doesn't have that reach. Microsoft got money, budget, where they could just go in, do a mass marketing campaign, and people will know about them. Right now, they're dependent on grassroots. They haven't even started marketing this thing yet.
That's right. And stop thinking that Microsoft has to do what Sony does. Stop it. Like, that's the problem. Look, I said this from the jump. The main problem with the Xbox community is we don't have enough Xbox addicts to represent the Xbox community. Ben said this. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with you having multiple consoles, but there's not a platform for that. Microsoft don't represent multiple consoles. Sony don't represent multiple consoles. Nintendo don't represent multiple consoles. They rep their consoles. And it's not good business for them to say, hey, don't go buy their console. They don't move like that. They're professional. Unlike Sony will straight out tell you. Sony don't care. But that's always been Sony. But what I'm trying to say is they ain't repping other consoles. Their job is to sell their brand. So all these folk out here that think, we're talking for Xbox, but We also talk Nintendo. We also talk PlayStation. There's too much of that in the Xbox community. We're not saying as you a consumer, you can buy what you want. We're not saying that. But this is the reason why you don't hear no celebration. They're not thrilled. What they're thrilled about. If you got all these consoles, your playtime cannot be all. You can only serve one master. That's just the law. That's just the law of life. The law of life. You better pick one and master it. There's no masters of many consoles. You don't even, and if that's, and you're claiming to be a casual at that. So it's all messed up. All messed up. But this is why in the military, every ranking officer is named differently. Lieutenants, colonels, generals, and help me out, Fireballs. I'm right. You military, help me out. They're sergeants. These are all the same type of names for the same ranks, but they're in different classes. Those lieutenants, you know,
you have what's called your non-commissioned officers, which are the sergeants, and you have the regular COs officers. And the thing about the NCOs, the NCOs are what you would call more or less the community leaders. They're the ones that filter down the orders and stuff and interact with the troops.
You got Navy SEALs. You got right. You don't just have Navy Navy men. You got the Navy SEALs. You have the Marines, which integrate with the Navy SEALs. You know, the top. You got the commandos. There's levels to this stuff, is what I'm trying to say. And even though there's levels to this stuff, doesn't mean they're not part of the military. It doesn't mean they're separate. But you gotta represent where you at. The Navy don't represent the Army. The Army don't represent the Marines. When you get your certificate for entering into your infantry Fireballs, if you went to be a Marine, you don't get an Air Force certificate.
Nope.
You hear me? This is the problem. And then they look at people like us. Oh, we're fanboys. No, we're not fanboys. I'm going to let it be known. We're Disrupticons. We just came here to disrupt things and give you the truth over feelings. Nah, we in the Xbox class. We enlisted in the Xbox class. So if you want to find me, you find me over here in the green section. I ain't scared to say it. I went to Xbox boot camp. That's what I came out of. So you hate me because I came out with flying colors. Then deal with me then. Run my course because I can tell you what I've done while I've been over in the Xbox community. What you can say, casual. Oh, you got a successful YouTube channel. That ain't doing up for our community. When you rat chasing over here for Sony, for likes, when you twisting up people's feelings for likes, you can't even showcase for them. And you got blind followers supporting you. And get out of here. You ain't a threat. You a virus. You a virus. That ain't helped the gaming community. That just made the community, the real gaming community, more watered down. Social media made it easier for the weak guys to look strong. I've always respected the gamer, no matter what platform you on. The only thing I ever said to my comrades over in the blue, rep that PlayStation. I tell y'all every day, I got love for my man Dre on Twitter because he reps it. He's out here. He playing them PlayStation games. He's trying. Even when Returnal was giving him a headache, he didn't bite around it. He let it be known. Man, it's messing me up. You know, but at least I got it. My man Seventh Wonder over there, putting in the work over in that PlayStation community. You know, he puts in work. I'm not going to go over there, oh, he's garbage because he got a PlayStation. That's where he plays at. He graduated from the Blue Infantry. I'm not mad at him. Y'all just support the wrong ones because this man came out with a true YouTube video about The Last of Us 2. So you mad at him because he didn't tickle y'all emotions. But nothing he said was false about the game. Y'all like support people that want to tickle y'all ears on everything. Nothing Sony can do is bad. Nothing. And if anybody says anything, regardless, y'all too crazy, right? It doesn't even matter if it comes out of y'all's own camp. Y'all are disown them. The minute they reach in their souls and say something true, y'all disown them. So the fakes know how to play y'all's tune. They know how to Pied Piper y'all. They know how to blow that flute. They know what to do to get likes for y'all. I ain't doing that. I'm not here for your likes and to tickle your emotions. I'm here as a gamer, as an Xbox gamer, to build up my community. Whether you think I'll build it up or not. I don't care that you think I'll build it up or not. I don't care if you think I'm overly passionate. I don't care what you think about me. I didn't build my platform based off your thoughts. I rep my Xbox community. I speak for the streets. I do this show. Y'all see who comes up on here? This guy here been supporting me since day one. Eli the realest one, been in my chat room, support me. And we didn't even know we Texas brothers until today.
Right.
Fire Boss. Y'all don't know how deep this dude is. He's great. He does good animation work. He's an indie developer. He knows his games. He has a sense of intelligence within the gaming community because he's been in it. I got a dude that does graphic design work for me who's worked for NBA 2K. I ain't just doing this stuff. I speak for people like that. They do things for me. I come from the streets. I keep telling y'all, I'm no different than Sensei Thoughts. I'm no different from G-Man 2015. I'm no different from Shizno Elite. I'm y'all. The only difference is I have a platform. Who cares? So what? It don't make me better than y'all. I'm y'all. So I'm going to speak what y'all say. I ain't afraid to say it. Oh, because, it don't look right. Oh, well, you're not going to get likes because you saying stuff like this.
Hey, I'll be right back, guys.
Who are y'all? Wait a minute. Who do people think they are that I should come through their gate? I don't walk through nobody's gate. I make my own road. I sleep in my own bed, and I walk through my own gate. I'm my own gatekeeper. And I don't come through the front door. I ain't asking for permission. I takes mine. I ain't asking no grown man for permission to be here. There's too much room in this space. I throw the regulars on my show. I've been doing that before I was on YouTube. We were doing that in the gaming chats on Xbox. Hey man, you know what you're talking about. Let's go live. Let's do this right here. People don't even know that they have to be different. So you ain't got to be different. Be you. There's a little few guidelines, but be you. You ain't got to change up your voice and nothing. You ain't got to try to make yourself sound like you a newscaster. We're not newscasters here. We're gamers. We've been doing this since we were kids. Talking video game stuff, this is easy. I can do this in my sleep. Homie, I didn't wait to get a YouTube channel to talk gaming. You serious? Everywhere I've been talking gaming. There's nowhere I've ever lived that nobody can associate me without gaming, other than my mama's womb. Ever since I came out the womb, you might as well threw me a controller when I turned 4. I've been competitive my whole life. I was playing up against soldiers because my dad was in the Air Force. He didn't want me and my sister to be without. All the other kids on base had video games. He taught me. Oh, no, y'all wasn't finna walk around not like everybody else. And back then, those consoles still cost $600, $500 some dollars. So when I listen to y'all cry about consoles today, I'm like, y'all have no clue. They been like this. They didn't depreciate. That's why when I look at the Series S, I'm like, that's phenomenal. What Microsoft did with the Series S, that's phenomenal. Because that's unheard of. And you got the gaming journalists that don't even hype it up, don't even talk about it. And it's outdoing the PlayStation 5. This is why they're quiet. Because things make sense. Everybody want to make it seem like things only make sense when it comes to gaming. Nah, don't come with that don't come with that weak stuff. I'm not born in this era of when you say plastic, when you talk about plastic for consoles. I have too much respect to call any console a plastic box. It's not a plastic box. I'm not you. The fanboy don't come out my mouth. I'm not you. You don't have an understanding that this culture was built off of competitiveness between two companies. Nintendo and Atari made commercials about each other. We didn't have to do it. They was doing it.
That's why it's weird right now, though.
That's why we like we are. And we know how to do it right. It was never about console sales. Y'all use that for a narrative. The gaming journalists used that for a narrative, and y'all ran with it. And no, Sony's guilty, Microsoft is guilty, and Nintendo's guilty of it. Facts. I'm not saying one company isn't. They've all done it. But eventually somebody had to tell the truth. And I have to give credit where credit is due. Microsoft finally told the truth. And whether they were getting whooped that made them say it or not, they said it. I will even give you that. PlayStation fans, well, the only reason they came out to say it is because they were getting whooped. I'll give you that. My only thing is we don't live in 2013 anymore. We're in 2021. And just like we took our beating, now come in. Come in. You see this? Turn around. Turn around. It's your turn to take this beating. Y'all spanked us for 7 years. It's only right. We don't get out of hand like y'all. We just sit back and be like, look, it's 124K over here. We're doing this and doing that. Y'all are mad because you can't say what we say. That's what's bothering y'all.
You understand, legal? The flip flop is in the other hand now. They don't want what's coming. Because it's what you call it's a supremacy mindset. Whereas we've been on top for this long, now all of a sudden we're being told that we're gonna have to take a step down.
How dare you? Right?
Matter of fact, think of what the Halo storyline. What was that group? The ones that were like being told that they couldn't have the mantle, the mantle of responsibility. They was going to give it to the humans and stuff, and they flipped out. That's what's going on with the Sony community.
You even took our dog trash flip-floppers that we never cared about, took them as if they were going to be new prophets for y'all. New prophets. And like I told y'all, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to do the same thing they were doing over here. Nothing. The best they can do is get on Twitter and tell you a lie. That's it. And to tickle y'all so y'all can hit likes on it as if anybody really believes what they say. Come, y'all, you know what, man? This is why when the truth hits y'all, it's going to be funny. And I hope I live to see that day. I hope I live to see E3. Because y'all going to get this smoke properly, respectfully. Y'all going to get it. Y'all going to get it out of respect. Because nobody talked as much crap as y'all did and can get away with that. Nah. And you know how we get y'all? We don't get y'all by going up on YouTube or Twitter and dog y'all out. It's a waste of our time. You know how we get y'all? We see what makes y'all mad. Us just having a good old dandy time playing our games in next generation. Y'all can't stand that. And that's all we got to do is sit there and play our games, talk about how great this game looks, talk about how great this game plays, and y'all lose y'all's minds. And we just give you a simple offer. Don't lose your mind. Just go buy you an Xbox and get it over with. That's all you got to do. Just get it over with. Y'all know y'all like Xbox. Y'all know y'all like our games. And look, you can learn to play our games. We know y'all are one step behind beginners. We know. Y'all have just got called out the other day. Let me bring that up. I'm gonna bring something to attention.
Oh, hey, legal. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dip out, man. I'm sorry to do this, but
we about to get out of here. It's almost at the 2-hour mark, so I appreciate you, fam.
All right. Hey, thanks. Yeah, everybody who's tuned in, thanks for listening, and be sure you hit that like button. All right, legal. Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, appreciate you, Fireboss. You take it easy, bro. Be safe.
All right, now.
Yo, shout out to my man Fireboss in the building, yo. You take it easy, my fan. This is what they had. This is what was reported. So this is what online gaming on PlayStation has become. Fake gamers deserve to play with bot gamers because they can't win against real gamers on Xbox and on Twitter. Destruction All-Stars is getting bots because there's not enough people are playing it. That's y'all. And then y'all come up on Twitter and call us bots. You see how ironic that happens now? Who told y'all to call anybody bots when bots are beating y'all? You can't even beat bots. So we can't be too bad. Yo, Elite, get us out of here, man. Get us out of here, Elite.
Well, all right, man. We all thanks for tuning in.
No. I
What?
ain't say finish us out. Take us out of here, man. I know you got something to say.
Oh no, man. You said everything needs to be said about that, man. It's like I said earlier, it's low hanging fruit, man.
Facts. We got 5 more minutes. I'm looking at this chat. Y'all are right. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And like we have something truly to be hyped about. And I'm telling y'all right now, they don't want to listen, they don't want to see it, but we're gonna say it. We got Ascent coming. We got Flight Simulator coming. We got Halo Infinite coming with all his 20th year glory. Y'all think Microsoft is gonna half step on that game? The whole world is fixing to go bonkers when that game gets released. Every 23 million plus gamers are going to have that day one. Do you understand that Xbox Live is going to crash? I'm telling y'all right now, Xbox ain't going to be prepared for it. It's going to crash. There's going to be so many gamers ready that day, people taking off work. You can't get on. The uploads are going to be too slow. We already know what's going to go on because the hype is real over here. The gaming community network services is going to go up. Game Pass is going to soar. GameStop, everybody's going to reap when that game comes out. People are going to want that game. Halo is too powerful. They wish they had a game like Halo. They don't have a game like Halo. That's why they hate Halo. They don't have one game like Halo. And the longest game title they ever had, they don't even support it. They don't even support SAG Gran Turismo anymore. That game been trying to race its heart out for them, and they won't even take care of that game. Sony's just too invested in it. Oh, we'll just make another one, We'll make another one. We'll make a snowboard for y'all. We'll make another one. Just for the nostalgia purposes, we know. Barely can sell 1 million copies. And you wonder why MLB came over here. Y'all ain't even take care of that. MLB selling over 3 million some copies, flourishing. Look what happened. Soon as they were able to bat themselves out of that whack gatekeeping strategy from PlayStation, thriving pretty well right now. And guess what? The Major League season is off to a great season. People on Xbox can finally talk about their baseball teams and have a real baseball game to play. You don't see any reports of MLB, the show, having any complaints? No, because coming over to Xbox was everything they thought it was going to be. Getting it over on Game Pass was everything they thought it was going to be. The realists, they knew what was up.
Yep.
They saw those numbers. It's all about numbers. They saw those numbers. And they said, time's up. We've given you 3 more years to prove yourself, and each year it declined. Time's up. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. And now, y'all gonna see and witness what happens when Microsoft backs up Xbox. And just like Phil Spencer said, you ain't gonna never find another time that Xbox is gonna be inferior. So your hopes are gone. The only thing, like Elite and Boss said, the only thing you can do is get on this bandwagon of greatness, of real greatness. Ain't no fake greatness. Microsoft don't need Metacritic to lie to you. Microsoft doesn't need cheerleaders like Jeff Keighley and them to parade for them. They don't need them. They don't need nobody out here because their product speaks for itself. Whether you believe that or not, you're going to believe it this year. This year is making believers. Power your dream is real. Y'all don't want to see that. Y'all don't want to see those 5 new games. Y'all don't want to see that. Y'all don't want to see Crossfire. Y'all don't want to see that. They don't. Y'all in trouble this year. Y'all in severe trouble. The storm is coming. And
But now, hey,
go ahead.
but real quick, but you remember you were talking earlier about how Xbox is just another like division for Microsoft, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was gonna tell you earlier. Like it's not like that anymore
Right.
because what Microsoft has already with like Windows, that's all subscriptions now. Like Office, it's pretty much hit critical mass.
Right.
So now they're looking for new opportunities for growth.
Right.
And so now people are going to get to see what Microsoft is really about when it comes to gaming because now they really needed to grow. Once you invest billions into something,
Right.
you want to just keep throwing money away. I mean, I can't remember what that other social media platform was that they got that they threw money away basically. They got it and then went away and that's why people were saying they didn't want them to get the, the, the other one the little thing you get on when you talk to people on video games, whatever. They were just about to give them $12 billion.
Yeah.
A lot of people were like, we don't want them to get that. But this is a new Microsoft. I mean, you look at LinkedIn. LinkedIn is flourishing. Microsoft is treating their money differently. They need to grow to keep investor confidence. They didn't get to 1.7, 1.6 trillion for nothing. Microsoft is, I mean, Xbox is important to Microsoft now. It's
Keep
not just
talking.
another.
Because
It's
I'm
not
going to
just another.
fulfill you. They thought this show was over. You just brought it back to life. Keep talking. No, I'm about
Nah,
to fulfill you. Keep talking. Take your time too.
yeah, no, but it's not just another division like it was. It used to be attached to Windows, but now it's its own division. Now they got their own budget. Now they have their own valuation. So that's why that's what I wanted to say earlier. But we moved on to something else.
No, you
But it's
good.
not it's not the same Xbox anymore. So everybody's gonna see what Microsoft is really about when it comes to gaming. And now they have somebody that actually cares about gaming, that actually plays games, not a guy that's running a division where he feels like Xbox is actually taking money away from his division. Like I think it's
Keep talking.
Myerson.
I'm gonna find exactly what you're talking about because you're not lying.
About what?
No, you'll see. Keep talking. You're doing good.
Yeah. No, I'm just telling you that that's what I wanted to say earlier. But it's not gonna be just the same old anymore. I mean, the guy Satya, his money is directly tied up to Game Pass,
Boy, you
Phil, and
doing
other
it now.
people, in leadership positions. So Game Pass is about to take over. And you guys said Sony is going to be able to match Game Pass or have a real competitor. They're not until they're able to put enough content in a service that can keep people subscribed for 12 months. It's not about 12 months. It's about years. And that's why Xbox is making these moves. And they're about to make another big acquisition. I don't know if they're going to announce it at E3, but they're about to make another big acquisition soon.
You know what? You know why everything you said is true? Because here's why. Microsoft reportedly working on a new Windows store that's open to all apps and games. Game over.
Yeah, but
Game
they've
over.
been trying to do that though. That's why Steam is on the table for them.
There you go. And
Like
this
a
is
lot of like Gabe is talking about getting out. See,
that's right.
Microsoft keeps making their store, but people don't like their store. Steam people
Yes,
don't
and
even like Epic.
there you go. And it goes back to what you were saying when you said they had to build. So listen to this. Microsoft is reportedly working on a big overhaul, right, to its App Store for Windows. That the software maker plans to release an updated store later this year that will be far more open to all types of apps and games, right? This could pave the way for developers to be able to submit any Windows application to the store, including browsers like Chrome and Firefox, and even allow third-party commerce platforms and apps. This is big. Now watch this. That's a big shift for the App Store on Windows if Microsoft delivers this rumor overhaul later this year. Not next year, this year. Currently, the Windows Store, or Microsoft Store as Microsoft calls it, requires developers to package their own Win32 apps as the MSIX and use Microsoft's own update mechanisms and commerce platform. Microsoft will reportedly allow developers to submit standard EXE or MSI packages to the store, and updates can be managed through a developer's own content delivery network. Look what's going on. Look at smart delivery. Smart delivery is just that. Like I was saying, the developer has the right to do smart delivery. Such a change would open the Windows Store to many more apps, including popular ones like Adobe Creative Cloud, suite of productivity apps, and even rival browsers like Chrome and Firefox. Microsoft launched its own Windows package manager last year, and it quickly became a great option. Look, it said quickly became a great option for hundreds of apps that are missing from the store right now. Apps like Steam, WinRAR, WinRAR, and Zoom don't exist on the Windows Store right now, but they're available through the Windows Package Manager. It sounds like whatever overhaul Microsoft is working on here will likely incorporate the company's work with the Windows Package Manager to verify apps and list them in the store. Microsoft currently uses a number of methods to validate app packages for its Windows Package Manager. So this stuff isn't like it's not happening. All right? This stuff is happening. The only thing is, y'all better hope it don't happen no time soon. Because when this stuff starts happening, it's good for the whole industry. It's why I've always stamped my saying, Xbox is in the business of making other businesses better. Xbox isn't in the business of allowing companies to fail. They make businesses off of businesses. Microsoft been doing that since day one. They rely on businesses. And when they see business in trouble, they try to help out because they market other businesses. Their partnerships is all over the place. Their arms are greater than octopus arms. They're all over the place. And their partnerships are deep. Their relationships are deep and all around the world. So like I said, they're throwing computers in the oceans, in the depths of the oceans, throwing computers in the depths of space. They ain't on this little console. How many consoles sell tip? You tripping. You bugging. They're on a bigger scale of things. And nobody is going to be ready for this X reign that's about to happen. You can hate it. You can hate Xbox all you want to. You have the right to do it. But over here, we're going to celebrate Xbox. We came out of the Green Infantry. That's where some of us came out of. So that's what we rep. Whether you like that or not, don't care. That's where we rep. And we're going to rep it to the fullest. We out of here, people. Thanks for coming out, kicking it with us, man. We wanted to do it right for y'all. We wanted to do this right. Hey, happy Memorial Day to all the real comrades out there that have fallen for this great country. We are appreciative of your great sacrifice. To all the families out there that have lost loved ones doing wars or doing their military missions, our hearts and thoughts go out to y'all as well. People in the community that have loved ones that have failed. We're thinking about y'all tomorrow. We do that for them because it means a lot for us. There's no great award than for a man to lay down his life for his fellow man. We know this, and we take honor in that as a people. So as gamers, we know that there's things that are bigger than gaming, and there's a reality outside of gaming, and that's exactly what it is, our lives. And we want people here on Di-RRec Gaming to feel that we do care about your life. We want you to be safe out here in this pandemic. Don't do things that are illogical. Don't put your health at risk. Appreciate your life. Treat yourself delicate because you have the right to. Don't make anybody make you think that you don't have to. Love yourself greater than anything because you only get one time here. But like I said, I want to give a shout out to Eli, the realest one, for his first debut up here, man. I'm a fan of his in the chat, man. He be working the chat. And he's just here as a testament again for everybody out there in the chat, for everybody that knows the new legal, for everybody that represents Di-RRec Gaming with me. You have a chair here. You have a chair here. My block is infinite. You know, you just hit me up. You can hit me up on Xbox. That's my gamer tag, the new legal right there. You can send me a message on Xbox. Let me know you want to get in here. Get your voice heard. Get in here. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all good. We're just trying to rep the Green Infantry. It's what we came out of. It's what I came out of. I've had many consoles in my lifetime. But like I keep telling people, I've never been a part of a great community like this. Not like this. Outside of the arcade, not like this. Yo, elite. I mean, not elite. Yo, foolish. I keep thinking Elite, man.
You must be reading his name in the chat.
No, I'm not. I keep thinking about my boy Elite for some reason. Because I get that Eli the realist, and for some reason it makes me think of the Elite.
Hey, it's the first three letters.
But Eli, let them know where they can find you at, brother.
Oh man, my handle is the same everywhere, even on video games.
There you go, man. You can check him out, catch him up on his Xbox, catch him out on that Twitter feed. Yo, he be doing his thing. Hey, man, I appreciate you standing Xbox strong. You got that knowledge, man, and I'm thankful that you was able to come and kick it with me today, man. I really appreciate that.
I appreciate you having me on, man.
Oh, no problem, bro. And like I said, anytime, man, anytime, any one of y'all, anytime. Thank y'all for being here tonight. It's the new legal represent Di-RRec Gaming. Remember, keep it gaming, chase the one up in life, y'all. And we out of here. Until next time, see y'all soon.
All right.